Hello builders, and welcome back to the World Zoo Project, a giant zoo where I am trying to fit an animal of every species into this giant zoo. And in today's video I have for you the sun bears. Those wild and majestic and beautiful bears that we all love. They are certainly amazing. And they will be going into the zoo along with the other bears. These are the third bear going into the Asian section, the first being the Formosan black bear, the second being the sloth bear, and now these boys. After this, we will be doing the Himalayan brown bear, and then finishing off with the Asian section with the cute cuddly pandas. But let's get on to the building now. We start off by just copying and pasting the viewing area that we had used previously for the other two bears, and come in and add in a few extra bits of pathing. Overall, not too complicated. Now we can start on with the rest of the terrain. And if you want to see how I built that building, check out the Formosan black bear habitat, as that is where I built the original one, and then we copied and pasted it over. If you're going to end up making a themed area for your zoo, it's always good to copy and paste a couple buildings around, just to make sure everything looks relatively the same. Before we get started on the rest of the habitat, I am coming in and creating a little sleeping area for the bears. It's going to be an underground cave made, well, out of rocks, as caves tend to be, and guests will be able to enter in this area to watch the bears sleep in. A little creepy if you ask me, just don't tell the bears that we're watching them through a one-way glass. Eventually I will put a roof on top of this whole mountain complex, just to give guests the sense that they are underground looking at the bears. But that will be at the end of the video after we finish off the rest of the habitat, so just keep watching and you'll see it. Or skip ahead and watch it now. Go ahead and watch this video out of order if you so choose. I can't tell you what to do, I'm not your boss. I'm just some random guy online just building zoo habitats. And while you are admiring my builds, because that doesn't make me a narcissist, why don't you click the links down below to go see how I built the rest of this cave system on the other two habitats, being the Formosan black bear and the sloth bears. As you can probably tell, especially if you've seen any of my other videos, you know I love putting in those rocks. Rocks are best, and I use them to decorate the vast majority of my habitats pretty extensively. I don't know why, but I just love having natural barriers. If I can get the whole back half of a habitat just one big mountain or rock wall, all the better. Especially if I can get the front of it all rocks, but every now and then I do need to put some glass in so guests can actually see the animals. Pesky guests. If I didn't have to worry about them, I would probably have a lot more fun building these habitats just for the animals. And commenting on what I had said earlier, we are going to be using the old copy-paste tool to recopy this wall segment over and over again. I had used the wall segment for the other two bear species, so again, it just links everything together. Besides, it's partially made of rock with these temple pieces, so it gives me a chance to get best of both worlds, where I let guests see the animals, and I can get my rocks on. Wait, am I using that right? Most certainly I think I am. And you will notice that I do not like having flat habitats whenever I get the chance, which is very often, being that I can build this however I want. I don't like having flat habitats, it's just boring. I like having hills and valleys and little cliffs inside. So it gives me a chance to build some weird and wacky bridges so the keepers and the animals can get around. Now we are nearing the part of the video where I think it's time we just take a little momentary break and just appreciate the rock work as we just listen to some nice chill Planet Zoo music and get our rocks on. Again, I'm pretty sure I'm using that correctly. And with the vast majority of the rock work complete, we can now start working on a few other little bits for the bears. Bears love climbing and they need to have their climbing frames, so we're going to add in a bunch of them all over the habitat. As you can see, I started with their cave system, allowing the bears to come in and out through this exterior raised up window in case they don't want to use the main door, which the main door is really there more for the keepers, so the keepers can go in and clean the bears' mess. After that, we will of course be adding in some trees for the bears to climb, but the real selling point for this habitat is this wonderful treehouse we will be building for the bears, so they can go up, have a little nap in the treehouse, and get away from it all. Because I imagine it's quite stressful once you find out that you're being watched by a bunch of weird hairless apes all day, every day. Especially since they found out that they're being watched through the one-way glass. I don't know who told the bears, but someone told them. And now they're freaking out, so now I have to build this treehouse just to calm them down a little bit. But now that the treehouse is mostly complete and the bears are hopefully relaxing a little bit, we can now come in and start decorating the rest of the habitat. We'll just get in a little bit more detail with the terrain painting and a few extra rocks here and there, but then we will begin placing in all the trees and the plants and making this whole thing really come to life with that greenery. So let's sit back and enjoy another little decorating montage as we get all those plants in. And now, with all the plants complete, it's time to put the finishing touch on this habitat by naming the viewing area. As we want to call it, the Sunny Sanctum. Of course, I have to fool around with it a little bit to get all the wording in. I tried to get it onto one single line, but it wasn't quite enough space, so we gotta redo it to 2 lines. Overall, I am very happy with this habitat, but we're not done the video just yet. It's now time to finally complete the viewing area for the guests. We are going to be covering it all up with rocks now that I have got the interior done, and we can then build a mountain on top of it. Although before I do that, I gotta come in underneath and add in a few more decorations that I couldn't really add in until the roof was on. After all, the roof needs to be decorated a little bit as well, with some nice lamps and these spikes to make it look, well, more like a cave. And since we are nearing the end of the video, I should probably do that outro bit where YouTubers say, why don't you like and comment and subscribe and do all those things, ding that bell, blah blah blah. You know the drill if you've watched any YouTube videos. I'm not going to rant too much about it. You know what to do if you want to do it. If not, then oh well, I can't make you. I'm just going to sit here still making these videos because I like this as a little archive of some of my builds. Now, one thing I will do, however, is promote my Twitch channel. Why don't you come and like me over there and give me a follow. I will put your name in the zoo if you follow me, and you can come chat. I always love chatting with people as I build, and if you don't want to chat and just lurk, that's fine too. I will usually just ramble on about how much I love rocks in some weird way. It's kind of a weird obsession of mine. I perhaps should get some professional help to talk me through my rock obsession, but that's expensive, so I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to keep placing rocks. So builders, that brings us to the end of the video. We are going to end this with a cinematic route tour for your convenience so you can see what we have built. And if you want to stick around after that, there's a little bit of footage I discovered while editing this video of my sweet pet rat Rupert, who joined me on stream. Unfortunately, he passed away earlier this year, but it is always lovely to see some old footage of him. It really touched my heart, so I decided to include it. Well builders, that brings us to the end. Have a good day. Goodbye.